100 aid groups warn of mass starvation across Gaza, with the Red Cross saying children's lives are hanging by a thread. Israel denies causing widespread hunger. The Wall Street Journal publishes another report linking Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein, which the White House says is nothing more than a continuation of fake news. And the doctor who supplied Hollywood star Matthew Perry with ketamine pleads guilty. A landmark decision by the UN's top court has cleared the way for countries to sue other nations that fail to meet climate targets. The International Court of Justice ruled that developing nations have a right to seek damages for the impacts of climate change, like destroyed buildings and infrastructure. The court ruled that a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is a human right, telling wealthy countries that they must comply with their international commitments to lower pollution or risk having to pay compensation. Wealthier industrialized nations disagreed with that premise, but the ruling is being seen as a victory for countries most vulnerable to climate change. Although the ICJ says its advisory opinions are not binding, the BBC understands it could pave the way for future litigation.
Coming up on Business Today, India's Prime Minister arrives in the UK as the two countries prepare to sign one of the largest post-Brexit trade deals. The latest round of talks between Russia and Ukraine in Istanbul have ended after less than an hour without any major announcements. Both sides say they agreed to work towards the exchange of more military and civilian prisoners, though. Back in Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky's decision to sign sweeping legislation that critics say weaken the independence of Ukraine's anti-corruption watchdogs has sparked the biggest protests seen in the country since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine began more than 3 years ago. Chinese and European Union leaders are meeting for talks in Beijing on Thursday in the first in-person summit since 2023. Beijing has sought to draw the bloc closer as it positions itself as a more reliable partner than the United States. But the EU has made clear it will not shy away from their deep divisions over China's exports and Beijing's support for Russia's war against Ukraine. The summit marks 50 years of bilateral relations between China and the 27-nation bloc. The United Nations says more than 1.3 million people were displaced in Haiti in the first half of this year, and 4,000 people were killed. It also reports a sharp rise in sexual violence, including rape, gang rape, and sexual enslavement. In the country's capital, Port-au-Prince, gangs now control 90% of the city. The police are outnumbered and outgunned. Government authority has all but collapsed, and ordinary Haitians are trapped in a daily struggle for survival.
Tonight at 6, the hunger crisis in Gaza. The UN says 1 in 5 children in Gaza City is now malnourished and the situation is getting worse. Also tonight, the former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn launches a new political party which will push for a mass redistribution of wealth and power. The moment a man is arrested for murdering his 2-week-old baby in hospital in Somerset last year. The American wrestling star Hulk Hogan has died suddenly at the age of 71. We report on the huge wildfires sweeping across Cyprus. And counting your steps. Now scientists say even 7,000 a day is enough to boost your health.
The Thai government say 12 people have been killed after armed clashes broke out in a disputed border area between Thailand and Cambodia. Cambodia's been accused of firing rockets into a Thai village and attacking a hospital, while Thailand has carried out strikes on Cambodian military targets. It marks an escalation of a dispute between the two Southeast Asian neighbours, dating back more than a century. And 2 people have died in a car after devastating wildfires tore through southern Cyprus. People were forced to evacuate their homes after temperatures of 44 degrees were expected in inland areas.